Today's video here, I'm going to be pulling apart the 65 here to get it ready for all the different things that are going to be going on. First thing I'm going to do, pop the hood off, pull drive line out. So I got to disconnect some stuff there. I'll separate it probably, pull the transmission out from the bottom, and then yank the engine out from the top. But I'm also going to pull the fenders and front nose stuff off, the hood, so that's out of the way. That way I can fix, because I'm going to go into fixing the sheet metal that needs replaced on this. And battery apron is one thing on the front that needs majorly replaced because it was hit. And the more I examine the car, the more I can tell on some of that stuff that it was hit pretty good, that it actually crinkled that back apron a little bit. So there's some stuff that I'll have to hammer and dolly out and try and bend out to get things a little bit straighter. So pulling apart that front, I'll pull the doors off because I want to rebuild the door hinges. And then I'm going to go in the inside, which I did pull the seats and carpet out, which will be in this video. Actually, I'm kind of working a little bit backwards. I did that over the weekend, just pulled that stuff out, which I'll show you something cool here in a second. Found a second build sheet. It's going to get a one-piece floor, just the main floor here with the tunnel and new seat platforms, and then toe boards left and right to patch that rust. And in the back here, trunk floor on this side is in pretty good shape. This side, you can see right through there, is pretty rough, so that trunk floor is going to get changed out. And I'm not going to do anything with the drop off, which is a little rusty, and then the quarter panel you can see through down there. I'm not going to do anything with that because I'm not touching the outside of the car. I'm going to leave it the way it is for how I'm going to put it back together. So those are the main pieces I'm seeing right now. There's probably a couple little patches that I'll do here and there. The frame rail in the front needs a little bit of a patch. But other than that, there's not going to be much. I'm going to try and get some of the undercoat off of it so I can re-undercoat it so that it's protected a little bit more to drive it for over the years. And then I'd like to clean up the engine bay here so that I can at least paint the engine bay and have everything in here be done up and look good once I put this car back together. But like I said, I got to get the engine and transmission out first here in this video, and then there'll be other videos on doing the sheet metal and cleaning all that stuff up on, and that will be in a different video. And then putting everything back together on it to make it a driver car in the end is my goal. Here are the seats out of it, which I had, if you watched the first video on it about the build sheet I found in the dash, and I said about maybe a second one. There's your second one for this car. It's tucked underneath the seat cushion there, which it's pretty much completely gone. Nothing you can really read off it. So, but that's pretty cool to see that. But that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to pull drive line out on this. We're going to check out the engine to see what all pieces on it are what I need for what I'm doing with it. And we'll go from there. So we'll check it out once it's on a stand here. Check out to see how everything looks. See if it turns over, all that good stuff. So let's take it apart. So up under the car, I have a lot of the underside stuff off. I got the exhaust off, the rear end out. I just have to get the front bolts out. They're pretty seized up. I'm going to spray them, maybe heat them up a little bit tomorrow, but otherwise I'll cut them on the inside with a Sawzall or at the end of it and try and punch it out through. But those are always tough to get out. But everything else came out all right on the bottom side. Transmission I just got out separated. I just left the bell housing on it. I'm going to pull the rest out through the top there. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing next. The car is definitely a little rusty. And it was definitely hit on the one side. And it actually, it was hit on this side more so, and it kind of buckled in there. The actual rear apron on this side is, not really attached to the firewall that much anymore of how it was hit. You can kind of see how it's rippled up through there and how it's concave in the middle of that. That's where it took a little bit of that blow, but that stuff I'll be able to get back out and pull it as close as I can, reattach that rear apron and fix the front apron, or if not, I might change that rear apron. And you can kind of see there was a patch done here on this, which I'm guessing is from that damage it took. So otherwise it's getting that one-piece floor, so all this stuff is going to be going back to the rear rail. And the rear rails are pretty nice shape the whole way back. And the transition pan, you can see underneath that undercoating, actually the bare steel there, some of that's pretty nice shape actually. It was just kind of beat up all around. Looking into it more, this side was hit. Same with the fender, because the fender's shaped kind of strange, but there's a little bit of a buckle in the outer wheelhouse, and the quarter at the top has got some weird shaping to it. This side over here, the bottom of the quarter's kicked in, so it's too far in. That was tapped on this back end a little bit too. None of it was like a crazy hit, but just enough to kind of distort a lot of things. The car's a little bit twisted, so that'll be fixed whenever I'm welding stuff back together. But so I'm going to put it back down on the ground and get the engine crane up here, pull the engine out for today. And then also in this video here next, I'll pull the rest of the stuff out. I might leave the suspension on to get it over into the sheet metal shop for the next portion of this, but I'll at least pull the engine out, and then I'll go over everything. We'll look at the engine, transmission all up close. So I got the engine on the stand here, and I was just doing a quick look over, and whenever I pulled off the flywheel and that separator plate, you can see in there the HP that they drew on that block, which I'm pretty positive is for the high performance, to signify what it is. Date code and the casting number down here, it's a May of 65, so it's about mid-year. And it is the right casting number of what it should be for a hypo motor. The only thing I need to do is find the numbers on the heads there to really identify it. Did not see any VIN stampings on it, just looking around it. It's probably hidden, possibly under the oil pan is where I've read some of them are, or it could be on a head, or one of the surfaces here. Once I get into it and tear it apart, I'll look for that number stamping just to see if it's there on it. But everything looks good and right and original to that motor, manifolds and everything like that. So pretty happy with how that looks. And even just the coolant that's coming out of it is a real nice clean green. The back of the block there, you can see how clean it is. I don't think there's a lot of miles on it. And I can't wait to crack it open and pull the valve covers off and whatnot, just to look to see how everything looks. But transmission, same thing. There's fluid coming out the back, the tail shaft of it, and everything spins free. I can pop it into the gear there, and so I'm sure that's a good transmission. Also, rear end, same thing. That looks real nice. That's the wrong rear end. I got too many projects going on at once. Rear end sitting back here. Everything looks real nice on that. That'll clean up and get redone nicely. So everything's what I hoped it would be for the drive line to get reused over. So I'll probably have another video tearing into the engine a little bit. I'm not going to tear it apart, pull the heads off or anything like that, but maybe the oil pan and valve covers, intake manifold, just to look into things and see how it is, get it to turn over, and if it turns over, just to really scope it out a little bit before it gets sent to an engine shop, and to look for that VIN number also on it, just to amuse myself on it. But that's pretty much going to be it for this video here. Everything's torn down as much as it is on this shell. Aside from some of the dash pieces or inside pieces, I got to take off all the suspension and the brake stuff here. But other than that, it's torn down as far as I'm going to take it, and everything else is just going to get cleaned up, fixed on that body. Like I said, this shell is going to be, it's mine to redo, so I'm going to fix the rust spots on it, clean up some of the panels, put them back on, put it together, and make it a driver car in the end. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I appreciate everyone watching. Like I said, there'll be some other videos coming. The 67 Coupe is the main one here going on. I have another vehicle that I'll have a video on after this, of something that popped up that I bought. And then I'll have a video, like I said, on getting into the engine and checking that out, and probably the transmission also. Maybe I'll pop off the cap on that and look at it. So stay tuned for all those. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.